All right. So the one thing that everyone always says is quality over quantity. They always say you want to perfect the thing. It doesn't matter how many times you do it, just perfect it. Just be perfect before you do it. You need to have a good plan, the perfect plan before you do it. But that is the biggest lie ever. So I'm going to tell you the story telling you why this is not true. So there is this college professor at the University of Florida. He has his class. He separates it into two groups. The first group, he tells it the goal for the end of the semester is for you to take as many photos as possible. It doesn't matter if they're in bad lighting, good lighting, whatever. Your goal is to make as many photos as possible. 100 photos gives you an A, 90 photos gives you a B, 80 photos gives you a C, and so on and so forth. The other group, the second group, is told every single person in this group can only make one picture, but this one picture has to be the best picture. So go do your research, find the best picture, what a good picture lighting looks like, all the things that make a good picture, and make that your picture. So the end of the semester comes and the college professor asks the students to present their results. The first group presents its results and the second group presents its results. As the professor looks at the results, he looks at the first group's results and he sees a trend. From the first picture is pretty bad. Second picture, a little bit better than the first one. Third picture better than the first and second one, and so on and so forth. As the pictures progress from 1 to 100, for every single student's picture, they kept on getting better. But for the second group, the ones who spent all their time looking for the perfect picture, they never, nothing, their pictures, they weren't bad, but they weren't good either. And the reason they weren't good is because they spent their whole time planning, researching. Oh, how can I do this? This has to be perfect. It needs to be in this lighting. It needs to be taken like this, at this angle. But the people who took pictures for quantity, as many pictures as the professor needed, 100 pictures to get an A, they saw, okay, this picture did bad. The second picture, okay, let me tweak it a little bit, and let me tweak the next one a little bit. And they did that until they finished all the pictures. And by the time they were at 100, the picture that was at 100 was so much better than any picture than anyone in the second group produced. The point of this story is to tell you that, okay, quantity is always going to be better than quality. A lot of people say work smart. Working smart is bullshit, and I'll tell you why. You can work smart, but what happens to a person who's working smart and hard? The person who's putting in as much. Okay, let's say you can make $1,000 every hour, but you said, you know what, I'm only going to work 4 hours. But what about the person who says, okay, I'm going to learn to make $1,000 an hour and I work 18 hours a day? They're out competing you by almost 4 times, by almost 5 times. The point is, quantity is always going to be better than quality, no matter what, especially if you tweak a little thing. If you tweak a little thing in the quantity, it's always going to be better than quality, because quality, you make one, and then that you make one, so that whole time it takes you to make one, a person could have made like 20. And then the next time you go to make another thing, the other person made more 20. But if they improve one thing on each thing every single time, they're so much better than you, because you're trying to perfect. Oh, how do I do this the best? No, do it the fastest. You have an assignment, do it as fast as possible. With what you have, go back if you have to. Well, it's basically math. The only way to get good at math is to do practice problems, but you don't need to know, oh, why does this make this? Why does x equal 3? Why is x equal this? It doesn't matter, bro. You practice a question over and over and over and over again until you're good. You need to do it so much that it's so boring, you can do it in your sleep. Like, this is one of the things that Alex Hormozi said. He doesn't get nervous for presentations because he practices it so many times that it becomes boring. He doesn't even get nerves because he practices so many times. He's not, oh, let me say this like this. No, he practices it over and over and over again, and he gets the idea. So that's the point of this story. And the quote at the end of this story is, "The best is the enemy of the good."